Assalamualaikum and a very good afternoon. Assalamualaikum and a very good afternoon to Madam Daisy. Today, I will be presenting my Practicum Reflection. The school that I have been sent to is SK Pekan Kiulu. I'm teaching Year 2 and Year 4 class, and they are mixed ability pupils. There are 5 contents in this presentation. The first one is integrating prior knowledge and skills throughout practicum session. Number 2, new knowledge and skills acquired. Number 3, innovation ideas for teaching and learning. Number 4, issues and problems faced. And the last one is conclusion. The first one, integrating prior knowledge and skills. The reason why I choose this theory is because this theory can also be taught as a form of classroom management. B.F. Keenan in 1963 described behaviorism as the process in which learning can occur through reinforcement and punishment. Behaviorists also believe that human beings are shaped entirely by their external environment. So if the teachers provide positive reinforcement or rewards whenever the students perform a desired behavior, they will learn to perform the behavior on their own. And the same concept also applies to punishment. The positive reinforcement that I implemented during class, there are 2. The first one is reward chart and students of the week. Reward chart is when the pupils are able to complete the task given or they behave well during the class. I will give them a sticker to be added to their reward chart. And for the student of the week, for each week, I will observe each of the students, and whoever behave well and complete all the tasks given will be rewarded as student of the week. For negative reinforcement, there is early dismissal for pupils who completed tasks and have good behavior throughout the lesson. The next theory that I chose is constructivism. Learning theory of constructivism incorporates a learning process where the students gain their own conclusions through the creative aid of the teacher. So in constructivism theory, the teacher acts as facilitator instead of teacher because the teacher only guides the student to gain their own conclusions. And then the learning is based on how the individual interprets and creates the meaning of his or her experiences, meaning to say that they bring past experiences and cultural factors to a current situation. For example, the activity that I conducted with my Year 2 pupils is that pupils are required to create their own traditional clothes, meaning to say that they have to bring their own cultural factors in order to create to come out with their own traditional clothes. And hands-on activities are best for the classroom application of constructivism, critical thinking, and critical learning. Outcomes for this constructivism theory are not always predictable because learners are constructing their own knowledge. So there should not be a correct or wrong answer for this theory. The next one is new knowledge and skills acquired. There's 2. The first one is penjajaran curriculum. Due to this pandemic, the SKP has been aligned to meet the learning needs of the pupils and new norms in the implementation of virtual teaching and learning. The second one is online teaching and learning session. According to Ekelman and Jurek in 2020, teachers had to change to online teaching, requiring them to use various digital tools and resources to solve problems and implement new approaches to teaching and learning. During online teaching and learning session, I discovered a lot of new ways to conduct my lesson. So there are various of platforms that I can use, such as WhatsApp, Google, YouTube, and others. See to the next one. Issues and problems faced. Therefore, the first one is time management. Second one is internet connection problems. The third one is limited platform to be used during online class. The fourth one is language use. Let's dive into the problems. The first one about the time management. There is no limited time for the pupils to submit their work because they can send their work any day they want. And then number two is some pupils did not have phones to participate in online class, and schools in Kiulu, they have slow internet connection which might interrupt the lesson. Number three, as their internet connection is not strong enough, the only platform that I can use is WhatsApp. And the last one is pupils might interpret the instructions differently, which leads to them doing the task wrongly. This is based on the language used while I'm conducting the lesson. So the solutions to the problem is the first one, about the time management. I established rule where pupils have to submit their work 3 days after the task has been given. Meaning to say that when I conduct class on Tuesday, they have to submit their work on Friday. But under certain conditions, they can submit their work later. And the second one is internet connection. Pupils who live nearby can share the task given with their friends, or based on the suggestions that I received from teachers at Pekan Kiulu. The teachers can prepare worksheet beforehand and ask the parents to take it at the school. Meaning to say that for those people who do not have access to internet connection, they can still do their learning at home by using those worksheets given. The third one is limited platform. Choose platforms which requires the least data usage, such as Google and WhatsApp. And the last one is instructions, because the language used, because they can interpret differently. So I have to use simple words for instruction and use the flashcards or pictures to make sure the pupils understand the instructions easily. Okay, move on to the innovation ideas for teaching and learning. As you can see here, this is the first box that is to indicate the starts and ends of the game. So, on how to play the game, the students have to roll the dice first, and then, for example, if they got the number 5, so they can move to number 5 to box number 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So here, fill in the blank card. So they have to take the card in the middle, which has the same color, which is fill in the blank card. They have to answer the questions on the card. Then they get to move forward. If they don't get to answer correctly, they will stick at the same box until they got the correct answer. So the students who finish the fastest will win the game. And the conclusion is, adaptability is something teachers require on a regular basis and likely plays an important role in helping them to navigate the demands of their work. In my opinion, learning adaptability is pertinent to good teaching because every lesson a teacher prepares requires the students to respond, and based on the students' response, we have to adapt our teaching to correlate with their level of understanding in real time. Hence, this is why I think teachers need to be competent in every aspect of teaching, be it online or physical class. I think that's all for my presentation. Thank you.